Now, welcome to Module 8 of Power BI course. While we look at, we consider Module 7, we consider how to visualize data using Power BI and how to create dashboard. In this Module 8, the focus will be on practical step-by-step guide to using Power BI, to moving from raw data to interactive report, how to prepare a complete workflow. True proficiency, is achieved through hands-on practice, and it's not just about theory. So we'll look at the practice. So this module will cover how to import and prepare your data, how to build data models and relationship, how to create measures, KPIs and calculations, also how to design report and interactive dashboard. The module will also talk about how to publish, share and manage reports. By the end of this module, you will have the practical skills and confidence to build complete Power BI projects on your own. Okay, so let's talk about the first step. The first step, in using Power BI is on how to import data from multiple sources. So it is how to connect to your data source and bring the data in. So common data sources that support Power BI can include Microsoft Excel workbooks, with the extension XLSX as the case may be. Even CSV files and text files too, SQL server and other relational databases. Then SharePoint and OneDrive. Then cloud services like Azure, Google Analytics, Salesforce. Now, all those supports it, even web pages and online APIs. Okay, so let's look at the step-by-step way of how you can import data. The first step is you open your Power BI desktop, then go to home, click home, then move to navigate to data, to get data. Then you choose it to open up. So you now choose your desired data source. Either is Excel workbook you want to choose, SQL server, SharePoint or CSV file. Then after that, you connect to the source and select the required table sheet or file. Then click load. When you click load, it will import data immediately. But if you didn't, you can click transform data to open Power Query editor for cleaning. You see that? So you can actually import data from multiple sources into a single Power BI project. Combining sales data from Excel, you can also combine customer data from SQL and product data from SharePoint. Okay, so the next step is, after you have imported your data, the next step is how to prepare your data using Power Query editor. Data preparation involves cleaning and transforming imported data to ensure accuracy, consistency, and usability. Because a data that is not prepared will not be accurate, will not be consistent, and you will not be able to use it. So let's talk about how to access Power Query Editor. Now go to Home. Alright, after I have launched your Power BI desktop, go to Home, then navigate to Transform Data. Okay, now that is where you will see all those. But what are the tasks you will do if you want to prepare data? It will involve removing duplicate records so that you ensure that each row is unique, and that prevents double counting in reports. Now, another task you will carry out is that you handle missing or null values. You can replace blanks with zeros or none, or fill down from neighboring rows. Then you can also rename columns and tables. You use meaningful, clear names, okay, that will help you to quickly identify what you are talking about. Okay, you can also change a data type. You can convert text to numbers, text to dates, as the case may be. You can also filter out unnecessary rows and columns. It's still part of data preparation. You can also create calculated columns. But all these steps depend preparation process depends on you. You know what you want, so you know which data to keep, you know which one to remove. So data preparation matters because it can help to improve data quality and consistency. It can help to reduce reporting errors. It can ensure business decisions are based on accurate information, you know. So that's why it is important. Now, the third step is, after you have prepared your data, the next step is to build a data model and create relationships. A data model is just a logical framework that organizes data into related tables. It defines how different data sets interact. When we say data model, it explains how different data sets interact. And the components of a data model can include fact tables, okay, dimension tables, relationships. You look and say relationship, they will have different types of relationship. It can be one to many, one to one, many to many. Okay, so you can create relationship. You can actually create relationship, either one to many, which that's what is most common. What it means is one product can appear in many sales. Okay, then one to one means one record matches exactly one record in another table. Then you can also do many to many, where you do multiple records relate to multiple records. Okay, so step 4 is on creating measures and calculated columns. So measures are dynamic calculations evaluated based on report text. Okay, so how do you create a measure? First, in Power BI Desktop, go to the modeling tab. When you go to the modeling tab, just click new measure, then enter a name. You enter a name and DAX formula. Don't forget, we look at DAX before, I think in module 6, right? So you enter a name and DAX formula. Maybe you want to do sum, you want to do average or so. Then anyone you want, you just click. Then validate the formula. When you validate, the Power BI will just simply, if there are errors, it will just underline the errors. And after that, use the measure in any visual like regular field. Okay, so that is it. Now let's look at how to create performance indicators, KPI. That's the third step. A KPI, as defined previously, is a visual metric that is used to track business performance against a predefined goal or objective. Okay, so KPIs in business can include monthly sales and target. All right, you can also talk about revenue growth rate, profit margin percentage, years to date sales, as the case may be. So how do you create a KPI visual? First, create a base measure. That's number one. Then after that, you can now go ahead to create a target measure. Then select a KPI. Then drag the base measure to indicator field. Then drag the target measure to target goals. Then add a date field to trend axis. Then customize the formatting. You can add color, threshold, label, etc. So this is very important. Okay, now the next step 6, is after you have done all those previous, you create basic visualization. You can make use of create charts and table. First, select the bar chart or column chart visual from the visualization pane. Then you drag a category field to the axis. When I say category field, maybe you want to talk about region, you want to talk about the cost or sales. If it's one you want to consider, that means it is one field. Okay, so like I mentioned before, bar and column charts are used to compare sales by product, revenue by region, and performance by team. Okay, so the next step 7, is how do you add interactivity? You make use of filters and slicers. Both filter and slicers control what data appears, but slicers are visual and interactive. So it is important. So how do you create a slicer? You create a slicer by selecting a slicer visual from visualization pane. Then drag a field to the field area. Maybe you want to talk about region, you want to talk about date or product category. Then you can adjust orientation, or you try to optionally allow multi-select. Okay. Now there are different type of slicer. List slicer is the date range slicer. There's even numeric range slicer. So slicers put filtering power directly in the hands of report users, okay, without requiring technical knowledge. So that's the importance of slicers, that when you are done with using slicers and you give, even if people don't have technical knowledge, they are intuitive and self-explanatory. Okay. Now step 8 is how to add drill down and drill through. To add the drill down, you move from summary to detail within the same visual. Okay. Then for drill through, you allow user to right click a data point and navigate to a separate page with detailed information. All right. So the 9th step is how to design a professional dashboard. Okay. I will talk about some principles before that. You should keep the layout simple and uncluttered. Prioritize the most important metrics. Arrange visuals in logical reading order. Then maintain consistency. All right, but avoid overcrowding the dashboard with too many visuals. It's not good. It's unprofessional. You should also avoid using inconsistent colors and fonts. All right. So don't forget, a well-designed dashboard is invisible. Users find what they need quickly without thinking about design. Okay. Then the next step, step 11, is how to share and manage report. First, there is what we call direct share. Share report directly with individuals. Okay. Then there's what we call Power BI app. This package multiple reports and dashboard into a single app. Then we have what we call workspace access. You get, so all these are part of what we can use to share and manage report. Okay. Now, well, we have studied that the step-by-step workflow is what transforms data. Messy data can be transformed into professional interactive business intelligence solutions, that can drive informed decision making. So don't forget, theory teaches, but practice transforms. So go ahead and build something great. Thank you for listening.